Number 17, Logan White says, since God can't contradict himself, does that mean that his power is limited in a way? I know God's all powerful, but what is the logical reason behind him being powerful and non-contradictory? Since God can't contradict himself, does that mean his power is limited in a way? In a sense, so this is a long debate that many have had over the years, which is, it stems from that old gotcha question that it will never die. And the question is, can God make a rock so big he can't lift it? Right? And then you're like, well, wait, he can make a rock of any size. So he can make a rock of so big. Can you make a rock this big? Yes. However big that is, yes, he can make it that big. Okay, but can he make it so big that he's not able to lift it? But wait, but he's all powerful, so he can lift it no matter how big it is. And he can make it as big as he wants. So this can get a little fuzzy and a little weird, but we realize that what we're asking here is not about power. It's a trick question, okay? Because if God's really powerful, he can make a rock of any size and lift a rock of any size, right? It would actually be a weakness if rocks of certain size he could not lift. So this is a function of his power in that he cannot make a rock so big he can't lift it. That's because he's powerful, not because he's weak. We're just wording the question in a trick fashion. But there are things God can't do or won't do. Both categories are true. Right? God cannot do evil. Is that a weakness? Well, I mean, God could say like, do something evil, picture something evil. It's not that God can't do that function. It's not as though God doesn't have the power to make that thing happen. The reason why God won't do evil is because of his character. So I have the ability to like stab people with forks. Physically, I'm totally capable of doing that, but I will never do that. Right? I hope. because it's not part of my character. And so there's things God won't do because of his character, but we can't call that a limit of his power. We call that like a good restraint of his character. It's actually a positive quality that he won't do that. He also won't contradict himself in the sense he's not going to lie. He's not going to change his mind, go back on his word. But lying's not a power, right? Lying's not like a special ability. It's like some of you, if lying's a special ability, some of you guys are superheroes, right? Because you're like, I lie so good. But speaking lies isn't about the ability to say certain phrases or the power to put certain words together. It's about the integrity of being honest or dishonest. And so again, this is a character weakness that some people present like it's a power, and they think, well, God must be limited. One way to discuss God's omnipotence, his all-powerfulness, is to say that God is capable of doing anything logically possible. That's one way to put it. So this would mean, can God make a rock so big he can't lift it? It's like, no, that's not logically consistent with the idea of omnipotence. Or one could say, can God make a square circle? Well, not really, but not because of a lack of power. It's not like if God had more power, he could make square circles. No, square circles aren't a thing. Like these are two words that are mutually exclusive of each other. Therefore, can God make the smell of blue-green with Tuesday? Well, like, no, that's a nonsense sentence. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, square circle doesn't mean anything. It's nonsense. So these types of trick questions, yeah, okay. God does things that are like logically possible. God can do all those things. And it is limited by his character, but that itself is a attribute, a quality of God, a positive strength, not a weakness. I hope that helps you out.